Hello and welcome to the Mazda 787B. This was a Le Mans racer, as well as various other group challenges created by Mazda in the early 90s, sort of using the Rankle or rotary engine. I think it was a 4-rotor turbocharged engine, and it created an immense noise, which you will hear around about now. Which really sort of gave it its reputation of being an absolute monster. They were absolutely brutal, and I believe they actually won a Le Mans race. I might be wrong by that, but I think they did. That's from the top of my head at least. Now, finally, we have it in Hotwheels form, and in a mainline form at that, and I'm absolutely obsessed with the way it looks. I love everything about it. It's really, really perfect. I love the livery with a really nice colour scheme going from blue to yellow, with huge gold accents and white. They really match it well, and I like the staggered wheels with the aero fans at the front and the nice 5-spokes at the back. I think they work very well with this thing, and well, I can't wait to see what the customizers do with it, because, well, quite frankly, it's a brilliant cast and needs a lot of work in terms of details in the future. And I can't wait to see some diorama pieces with people taking it back off and making brand new engines for them, and it'll be absolutely crazy. So I'll deep dive into it, open this thing up and show you exactly what you're getting. And here we are, with, starting at the front, a huge splitter, Brembo decals on the side, nice Goodyear decals as well. If you can nicely focus up, that would be brilliant. Mazda 787B across the whole front, and some rather nice front headlight details. Now, I would like to say a quick note, I will be mentioning something about these headlights later on, so if you want to find out what I really think of them, that's later on in the video. We have a huge center windscreen wiper with the right hand drive steering wheel. Very small interiors on these, as most Le Mans races are. It's a single seated car, as it would be. This is also number 78, and a huge sort of front clamshell sort of piece in the front here, which would lift off if it got damaged and replaced if it sort of needed to be. Huge vents here for brake cooling and airflow, and it really is just an absolute marvel. And these are really some of my favourite sort of races of the decade and time. I absolutely love the way these things look, where they've just got a single capsule in the middle and they work from it, and they're boxy and they're arched, and they are just absolutely fantastic. I love it. On the side, if we continue on, you'll see there is all sorts of really nice details, if it'll allow me to focus into them. There we go. Where you can see the body panels here down at the bottom are there's like fuel cell pieces here, there's rivets, there's all sorts, there's aero bits, and the tiny door, of course, which will pop up. There's so much detail included in this cast. I can't wait to see people like detail them fully with paint. You can see door latches, catches everywhere, and I think this metallic blue paint is one of the best paint Hot Wheels has ever done. I really like the way this thing looks. It matches it perfectly, and it's impossible not to mention the huge wing on the back. Of course, you can see it. It's hard to miss. Perfect proportions, perfect everything really in this thing. I can't complain at all. It might even be my favourite casting of this year so far. Maybe fully. We'll see what's on the pipeline. The ride height is, well, it's nigh on perfect. It's pretty much on the floor. Of course, you can still roll perfectly, absolutely perfectly, and don't worry about that, it didn't scratch it at all. Moving on to the back, it's a bit harder to see, but if we have a look, you can see that there was a lot of diff work. You can see the diff sticking out the back, a huge rear diffuser, and more sort of mechanical works like sort of needed for this car, cooling, all sorts of stuff in the back there, but mainly prominently the rear diff and some rear lights, as you can see right there. I love the way you can see the wheels just sticking out. In fact, we'll bring it close. You can see the wheels sticking out. There's nothing covering that. I love that. That's also another thing I really like about this thing, is that, well, the wheels just stick out a huge amount at the rear, and also on the side where you can see it's a really intricate cast. But you can also see, if I can even get it, the wheels also stick out on the side, much the same as well, which would be for airflow. Now onto the roof. You'll see that if you look inside the windshield, it's a single-seated car, which is accurate, and you see a few little bits and pieces in there, which just really highlights the level of detail and intricacy it is. So whoever designed this, I'm not sure on the top of my head, I didn't look. I am really impressed. The designer of this, well, I would have to give them a pat on the back. It's probably one of the best casts I've seen from Hot Wheels in terms of the mainline for quite some time. Actually, I'll turn it around. You can see more detail continues onto the roof, with some intake vents, more vents, more vents, more vents. There's just vents everywhere on this thing, and also Goodyear across the back, which I love when people put huge rear wing decals on them. It just suits them so well. So, what would I change or improve about this thing? Well, if I'm honest, not much, if not at all. I'd love to see it in a premium version very soon, like maybe a whole premium set full of cars like this, like the Porsche, I can't remember the full name, but it was a similar year and a similar sort of race as this, where they're all Le Mans races, where they maybe have a new and old and 90s and 80s and going all the way back, or maybe in a retro entertainment or something like that, or sort of a retro car culture sort of theme. But what would I change? Well, it was these headlights. Yes, I commented they are really nice in detail, but I would also have loved to see, I'm not sure if it would be possible, this headlight, the glass from the windshield be carried on and put underneath here as a corner piece. Now I know they did that with the Porsche I just mentioned recently, so I would love to see that, but I'm not sure why they didn't, but presumably it's cheaper. But it would be amazing to see that done, because it would look fantastic, and I think it would really work with how the car looks. It would really sort of give an extra element. But overall, I absolutely love this thing, and I think it looks absolutely fantastic from every angle. They absolutely nailed it. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, have fun of course, and please, stay juke'ing.